kids, what is happening? Oh, look at Creative Tony doing some air. What are you air rapping over there? I see hand gestures. What was that? What were you doing, dude? I've never seen you do that. It was almost like what was that?
I sing every aspect of this opening song every day.
Do you lip sync? Do you lip sync to Yo Paulie?
I do. And then to pretend like I got a choice. And then also, I
do like that a lot, by the way. Shout out DJ Robbie. Can I tell you something, Tony? Like,
dude, and then I love the Slick Rick. Here we go.
Totally, dude. Totally. Tell me a story. So anyway, Creative Tony Polymac at your service, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for lining up today at 11 a.m. Always a pleasure to see Christian Narek, Don Peralta, Noemi, James, Gravy, the Nutter, the usual cast of characters. And of course, hello to everybody watching on Instagram today. How's my Insta family doing? Hello, everybody. Oh, dude, big faux pas. Faux pas all over the place. Rags calling us both out. Rags, 2 words, question mark. No robes? No robes? I can get one. Should I get my robe? It's right over there.
I know. I can get mine too, dude.
That's unbelievable. Both of us understand. Well, the truth is Tony and I were actually having a pretty intense pre-show meeting today. We're going over a lot of stuff because we have a lot of stuff coming down the pike this week and on the show today. I'll let you guys make the call. Robe to robe or not to robe? Yes or no, T?
I think we should maybe go to the second. I don't know.
Today. Maybe today's Liberation Day. Today's like emancipation. We're going to be free. We're going to be like non-robe wearing citizens, and we're going to love it. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Listen, we got to get the wheels back on. We got controversy. Escobar coming strong, Tony, going, hey, this is a tradition.
Some traditions have to ebb and flow with the times. Today, instead of it being a Roby Tuesday, it's going to be a Tonelli Tuesday. So we could switch it up from a Roby Tuesday to a Tonelli Tuesday, and then we could bring the robes back next week. We could wear them on tomorrow night's night flight, along with the glove and the wristband. Like there's possibilities, Paulie.
Yeah, it's really, I'm kind of stuck. I'm having like an existential crisis right now. I'm not sure like where to go with this. I better throw on some Bruce Springsteen records and get my head together. And by the way, Tony, you said that it's Paul Tonelli's going to join us today. Radio legend Paul Tonelli, also the PA announcer at Levi Stadium for all your 49er kids, our founding father. Now that I see him, though, I feel like that's Humboldt Fats, man. I feel like maybe I have a responsibility. You know what? I'm getting my robe. Hold on.
Get your robe, Paulie. Get your robe. And I just want to say, while you're getting your robe, I'll reintroduce Humboldt Fats to the show.
All right, stand by. This will only take 5 seconds. Hold on.
Those who aren't aware, that is the man who sent us the first photo in a robe way back when, months ago. This is episode 165. I want to say in like episode 3, 4, 5, whatever it was. We had Humboldt Fats. And he sent us the photo of himself in a robe, fists clenched and ready to rock. So it's going to be a fun show today, Paulie. I can already tell.
Me too. And real quick, I got to tell you, I feel better already. Go get your robe, dude. It's like putting on a Batman. You know what I mean? It's like when Superman walks into the phone booth and he comes out as Superman. I think you should go robe up. It really did. I felt an immediate difference as soon as I put the sleeves on.
All right, stand by. I'll be right back.
Okay, so anyway, while Tony's going to get that, let me just tell you what we got coming up this week. We are working on a very – look at this kid. Sometimes he's got to look at Tony and start laughing. I do anyway. I hope you guys feel the same way. So Paul Tonelli will join us today at about 11:30. As I was saying, he is the PA announcer at Levi Stadium. If you go down to a Niner game, he's the guy you're going to hear, third down. That's Tonelli. And he, of course, had a 30-plus year career on the radio, KSJO 1077 The Bone, Lamont and Tonelli Show, legendary. So we're happy to have him join us today. Now, we're also working on a mystery guest for later in the week. Somebody you guys are going to be really excited to hear from, I would think. So stay tuned for that. We haven't nailed down the date yet, but that'll be either Uncle Paulie T. That's exactly right, Don Peralta. Uncle Paulie T. That's Paul Tonelli, which happens to be, if you don't know the family tree, I know that. Just know this. Creative Tony's family and his family tree, they're like the Rockefellers. You know what I mean? The wingspan of the Tonelli and the Ryan family are extensive in the Bay Area. So you're right. Yeah, Tonelli is technically Creative Tony's uncle. A lot of people don't know that. Now you do. It's going to be on your final exam. Yeah, there you go. Do you feel better? I felt better immediately. Yeah. See, there's some kind of transformation that happens. It's like, hey, Tony, wearing the robe, it's almost like going into the locker room and putting on your 49er uniform before a game. You just feel like empowered. You know what I mean? I got my pads on. I got my red on. Only thing is, you won't be seeing Jake Moody no more. You won't be seeing Jake. It didn't take long. If you're waking up today, having your coffee, tuning into PMP, and you haven't perused the news cycle yet, Jake Moody has been waived. You won't see him no more, as they say in The Godfather. So, Tony, your wish has come true. No more Jake Moody. You feel better?
Thank you. And before when we get to Tony's top three in the first half of the show today, before we welcome Paul Tonelli to the show, we're going to address the special teams of the 49ers. That's a little tease for Tony's top three later on in the show. Paulie,
yeah,
that's good. The Kittle news is bad. He went on the IL, excuse me. And that means he's going to miss at least 4 weeks. So that's a bummer. That's a major
3 to 5. He could miss as many as 5 weeks, they're saying.
Well, no, but the mandatory rule for the IL is you have to miss at least 4. So that's why he's on the IL. So it's a bummer about that. But get better, George. And you know what, Jake? Hey, dude, we gave you an opportunity. I hope you resurrect your career somewhere else, but not here. Just not here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Somebody could wind up picking it. You see, here's what's going to happen. Watch me make this call right now. Moody will be on the beach, as they say, for a couple of months. I mean, he's just going to be unemployed. And then watch, come November, come early December, some team out there is going to have problems of their own with their kicker. And they're going to be like, you know what? Let's bring in that guy, Jake Moody. We'll give him a try. Watch him hit every kick. You know what I'm saying? Watch him go to Jacksonville and hit every damn kick. That happens sometimes. A guy can't do it in one town, goes to another, and he starts living up to his potential. Here come the Supers, Fast and Furious. Candlestick Kid, always one of my favorite handles of all time. The world is right when we have the robes and no Moody yet. Everything, the balance is kind of coming back. We got the robes, we got no Moody. Things are feeling good. Now, it's not just the Moody news. As Tony said, Kittle's on the IR. Brock Purdy is a question mark now for the New Orleans game. He's a question mark. He's got a shoulder. He's got a toe. It's crazy. I tell you the truth, man. I haven't getting into it. I didn't think I was going to talk about this today. I have injured my toe before. It can really affect everything you do. There's no joke, especially when you're playing on artificial turf. So if he can't go, Mac Jones steps in. Tony, your confidence level on Mac Jones. Go ahead.
Return of the Mac. Although he's never played for the Niners before, so there's no really return. But I guess it's a return to Mac Jones as a starting quarterback for the weekend. To be honest with you, I don't have a problem with it. If you're going to rest Purdy early in the season in New Orleans, I'm bummed out for Noemi and Ray and for Corinne, who are going to the Superdome to see Niners Saints, that they're not going to get Purdy. It's not official yet, but I feel like they're probably going to end up resting him because it's his shoulder and his toe. So, and maybe his shoulder affected a couple of throws, or maybe the second interception in one.
Maybe I hadn't thought about that, but that's possible. Yeah.
And also, let's get to the Supers real quick too before we carry on, Paulie. And we got to give love to Carlos De La Fuente and Flex Funding and Dr. Matt Young and the Young Dental Group today as well. But first, Escobar the Third. He says, "Thank you, boys, for bringing back some semblance of order." Oh, Tony. I'm friends with Marissa. What the hell?
No, Escobar knows people. When you went to go get your robe, I told everybody, I said, you got to understand how deep the Tonelli family wingspan goes. Like, they're everywhere. And so are the Ryans. So I was like, any given person on the street could be your cousin, aunt, uncle, and it usually works out that way. So I'm actually not surprised. Now, who's Marissa? Is she on your mom or dad's? I don't think I know Marissa.
My mom's side, my Uncle Jerry's daughter, my Uncle Paul's brother, older brother, Jerry's daughter, Marissa. Marissa rules, Escobar. So thank you for mentioning her. And yes, let's all have a rendezvous right here in on the peninsula somewhere. Okay.
Shout out second Bruce Springsteen reference of the day. Shout out the boss, Rendezvous. That one's for you, Scarlet Fire. Hey, couple more Supers, and then we'll give some love to Carlos De La Fuente, Tony. As you said, we'll dive in today. What else you got? Badges. Does a safety vest count? I'm vested. You know what, dude? Yes, it does. I accept vest positively. In fact, you get bonus points if it's like one of those life preserver vests like Dante Whitner wore once. I'm telling you. By the way, I missed Dante on my pre and post on NBC Sports Bay Area. Shout out Rod Brooks, one of our favorite guys, holding it down, looking awesome. But Dante is out, and they brought Matt Mayoko in. But I got to tell you, I miss looking over at the sweaters and the pants. I mean, Dante Whitner's fashion sense is second to none. And I believe he is going to be launching a new show with Rod Brooks, a new show with Whitner and Brooksy. And that's going to be, I'm all over that, bro. All over it.
Couple of things. And first of all, Stinking Badges, thank you for the super. And dude, thank you for the work you do behind the scenes. He's a sound man down in San Jose. And he did all the people that bring music to us that are behind the scenes. I want to just tip my cap. So Stinking Badges, thank you for doing that work. And also, Paulie, Dante Whitner, we can reveal now that when we had Dante scheduled to come on the show months ago.
Yeah, right.
That's why he couldn't come on, because he was going through all this and we couldn't say anything at the time. Now we all know that's why it happened, and we're bummed for Dante, but we're stoked for Dante because not only is it going to be Dante and Rod Brooks, but Patrick Willis, dude, the three of them.
Oh, I didn't know P. Willis was involved. That's awesome. Even better. Even better. By the way, Patrick Willis, we can't wait to see you in the Hall of Fame. I will tell you this, though. Years ago, 2-3 seasons ago, I would always, it's part of my Sunday routine. I do check in on the Comcast NBC Sports Bay Area a pregame show. One time I tuned in, Dante Whitner was wearing a safety, like a life jacket, bro, from like a boat. Like he was wearing like in this TV studio talking Niners with a safety jacket on. It was like, wow, this guy, I'm a fan. What can I tell you? I'm a big fan. Patty from that.
Huge fan. And I'm gonna get to Patty's super in a second, but I've told this story before, Paulie. But you and Murph were both out someday, and they asked me to come in and co-host with Dante in the morning. And Dante comes in wearing the fanciest, nicest pajamas I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the guy. And then we had Dante on Paulie's podcast, and he started talking about going to Morocco
for fabrics, dude. He's buying fabrics in Morocco and flying them back, dude. He's not kidding around about fashion.
No, he was amazing. And he also wanted to talk shoes. He's got like over 100 pairs of shoes. Dante's a fascinating human being. We couldn't be better.
And he could hit like an SOB, bro. He was vicious on the field. I remember like when we hung out with him in Miami at the Super Bowl, that was all part of his pajama kick. He was doing this big thing at that point. He was like, I want to go to the club and I want to wear my pajamas. I'm like, okay, whatever you want to do, man. Wear your freaking pajamas. I got your back 100% on that.
Also, I love when Dante tells it like it is, man. I love, because he has no reason to like hold back.
And he doesn't. And yeah.
And I just love his commentary. So I look forward to when he and Brooksy and Patrick launch their show. Patty from Napa is a super. Thank you, Patty. She says, my PMP fantasy team is now dead. I like the robes, but they can be worn on Wednesday night flight too. Hell yeah. I'll robe anytime. Honest to God.
To robe or not to robe. We'll robe. We always go pro robe. Absolutely.
It's one of the most comfortable garments around. So
yeah.
Why not? And my fantasy team, who knows what's going to happen with my fantasy team? Beat LA and we had a nice battle over the weekend. I don't even know how it finished. I was ahead, but I haven't checked. But beat LA, good luck to you the rest of the season. Patty, good luck to you, and thank you for the super. We got also Folsom Steve checking in as a super. He says he's 1-0 in PMP fantasy. That a boy. Good job. Congratulations, Folsom Steve. Good luck to you in the season. That's Robot Centaur set up the whole fantasy league. He's crushing it. Thank you, Fareed. And then also Paulie, thank you for the super, Steve. And then also Ray Goodman. He says, a la Bill Withers. Ain't no Moody, now he's gone.
Hey, well, what are you going to do? Hey, thank you, Ray, and thank you all you guys, badges, everybody. This is what we wanted. I mean, listen, we were all pulling our hair out on Sunday with the mishaps out there, and it was one too many. You know what I mean? One too many mishaps. Bye-bye. So we'll talk about his replacement after we talk about Carlos De La Fuente and flex funding. And Paul Tonelli joining us in about 15 minutes. Stick around for that. Okay. Carlos De La Fuente, Los D on the streets. You know him. You love him. You hung out with him on 8/26 at the PMP night at the Giants game, Oracle Park. And by the way, Giants ain't dead yet, dude. This has been one hell of a roller coaster season they're taking us on. They'll lose 15-17 at home. Then they'll turn around and beat the best teams in the National League. Last night, balls are flying all over the yard, dude. Bombs hand over fist. Giants are alive. Giants are alive and kicking. Alive and kicking. More on that in a minute. But just a teaser, Tony. Just a teaser. A little alive and kicking. Who is that? Tears for Fears? Who is that?
Come on, man. Dude. Man, well, hold on a second, dude. Where's the freaking God?
I don't know.
Simple Minds, man. Simple Minds.
Oh, Simple Minds. Yeah, I should know better because Jim Kerr actually got together with Chrissy Hind. I got to respect that. I got to tip my cap. Anybody who can roll with Chrissy Hind is I envy. I wish it was me. You know what I mean? All right. Anyway, Tony, I almost said Chrissy Hind to flex funding. Carlos De La Fuente and flex funding. We can bring in Chrissy Hind. Maybe she could do a PSA for us. And we're talking about private money loans, any kind of financial matter. Carlos is a specialist. Now, he can definitely help you in your given situation. All of us have periods in our lives, like transitional periods where, sometimes the money is there, sometimes the money's not there. Sometimes you got these seemingly, insurmountable bills that you have to pay. And it's like, how am I going to do this? I just don't have the funds. This is when you talk to a guy like Carlos De La Fuente, 925-250-4000. 4894, or email him, carlos@myflexnow.com. Couple quick things to you, and I'll hand it over to you. Is first of all, I didn't finish saying hello to everybody. So hello to everybody over on X. Hello to everybody on TikTok. Hello to everybody on YouTube. And, of course, our new friends and family over at Cron 4 in San Francisco. If you're watching on the Cron 4 Plus app, hello. Great to hang with you guys. New episode streaming every night at 11:30 p.m. on Cron 4. So, Carlos, this messaging will be rolling again tonight at 11:30 on Cron 4 on the Plus app. So, anyway, let's talk about it. All the elements are in place with Carlos to help you get to a better financial reality. So, if you're up against it, try not to panic. This is why we have a guy like Los D in our pocket. He's on our side. He's here to help anybody, whether it is a loan, a private money loan, maybe it's your mortgage. Maybe the best thing for you right now is a home equity line of credit, a HELOC loan. The good news there is that's one of Carlos's specialties. He and his lender can work on that for you guys and get you in a much better place. No appraisal fees, by the way. Maybe you want a standalone. Maybe you're a standalone kind of guy or girl, and you're like, Carlos, let's talk standalones. He can do that too. And then, Tony, last thing I'll say before you take over is Carlos is just a great dude. Like, I'm happy to call him a friend. He's a San Francisco native. He's been in the business for 26 years. So he's got the expertise you're looking for your financial questions. And go get some answers from Carlos de la Fuente, Tony.
Also, Paulie, it's a fluctuating market out there. And Los and I were talking the other day, and he was talking about lenders are dropping their nationwide rate incentives. And so now is your chance to save hundreds on your monthly payment if you want to get in touch with Los. Nice. And also, I heard on NPR this morning, I happened to be like just driving by NPR, and I heard that like interest rates are they're gonna go down again. So this is all a good thing. And if you're interested, if you want to save money and save hundreds monthly, get in touch with Los D, because he knows the ins and outs. He can help you. He has great relationship with lenders, and he can help you in state, out of state. Carlos, we have people with the PMP Familia that have worked with Carlos. There are people working with him right now as we speak from this show. And if you have any questions, Los is there. Give him a call, 925-250-4894, or email Los at carlos@myflexnow.com. And Paulie, before we move on, I do want to just talk about the great dude that Los is. Look at this. Here's a couple photos Los sent me. Look at this. Is Carlos with Frank freaking Gore just standing there. He sent me this picture the other day.
By the way, the size of a Los D, not much size difference between him and Frank Gore. By the way, he looks like he throw the pads on Carlos. Let him run the rock a couple times. He fit right. That's a great picture, though. We all love Frank Gore. We all love him.
Yeah, we all love Frank Gore, and that's Carlos D spreading the love to Frank Gore. And then also look at Los D right here, like turning back the clock. I love that, man. Los D, those were in the days of the stick of Candlestick Park. He sent that to us. So Carlos de la Fuente, born and raised in the Bay Area, in the industry 27 years. It knows the Bay Area and the entire state of California very well.
Sorry, Tony, you had to interrupt real quick before we exit the Carlos spot. Dom Peralta, talented art director, founder of Stellar Design, etc. He's come to alert us that the new overlay for Carlos is ready in StreamYard. If you want to throw it up there, I wouldn't mind taking a look if you have it.
New overlay for Carlos?
Yes. Don't you remember? We talked.
Yeah, I know, but I know it.
Sorry.
Okay. Look at this.
We got gold bar.
Yeah,
I haven't seen this yet. I wasn't expecting this. So wait, what's going on here? What are we going into the vault? I kind of like it. I like being surrounded by gold. You know what I mean?
I think this is Don Peralta's way of saying that Carlos can save you a ton of money, a ton of dough, and then you can save, and put it all in the vault, put it away. Don, this is fantastic. Great job. Seriously, I didn't even know this existed. I see we have a new Longbridge Pizza one that we can bust out tomorrow night. But now that we have multiple options for Carlos de la Fuente. Thank you, Don Peralta, and thank you, Carlos de la Fuente. Email carlos@myflexnow.com. And
awesome.
Again, give him a call, 925-250-4894.
Okay, Tony, without any further ado, so clearly a lot of 49er topics to get into today. We're going to go much deeper when Tonelli joins us. And by the way, is it a coincidence, Tony, that you booked your Uncle Paul Tonelli on a Tuesday? It's a Ta-Ta Tuesday. We got a gal coming in on Ta-Ta Tuesday. Hey, listen, if you guys know, you know, and I'll just kind of leave it there. You weren't ready for that. Is that why? Was that in the back of your head thinking like, hey, it's a Ta-Ta Tuesday. Maybe I should get Tonelli on. Was that part of the process? I'm just asking.
No, it was not. But now you're making me think of. I get the biggest chuckle.
Oh,
Dude.
I got a gal. Anyway, go ahead.
When I'm driving around and I'll still see a TTT sticker on somebody's car from Lamont Tonelli and the Tonelli show. And also, just want to let people know too that Paul is also the in-stadium voice for the 49ers, and he'll be at Levi's Stadium in week 3.
Sure.
If you've been to Niner games, you've heard his that's another 49er first down call, or he'll accentuate the third down calls. He has a lot of fun in the booth, and we're excited to have him on because, hey, by the way, my Uncle Paul, he was a special teams high school football coach for years. So if you want to talk special teams,
I do.
I'd love to get his thoughts on Moody. And by the way, Paulie, as we move on, and we can get to Tony's top 3 here in a second, dude, Greg Joseph was in camp. Like, that's the leading kicker, right? To replace Jake Moody.
Yep.
He was in camp. He performed better than Moody in camp, and they still let him go.
Well, I'm always going to back. I've told you this before, Tony. I'm always going to support a guy who has 2 first names, including his last name, like Greg Joseph. You know what I mean? It's 2 first names. I love guys like that. Greg Joseph. Already I'm more confident. And then there was the face of Moody. We talked about it yesterday. We put his mug up. There's something about that mug that really upset a lot of people. People just seem to object to his face. I wish him well. Nothing personal, Jake Moody, but we got to make kicks, too. We're trying to win ball games over here. Tony, without further ado, since the clock is ticking and you kind of teased it, why don't we unroll a Tony's top 3? It's been a little too long, and that way we can squeeze this in before Tonell joins us, if you're cool with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to try and get a Moody mugshot real quick, just as we say goodbye. Let's just say good. Let's all together say goodbye and wish him a fond farewell, because Jake is not our boy. Jake, I don't know if Jake was ever our boy.
Not really. No, the only Jake that's my boy is going to be Jake Peavy and the kid from 16 Candles with the glass table. That's about it. Yeah.
Right. So if you're going to talk
right there, you look at him and you're like, I'm not confident in that face. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
The more I see him, dude. No, this is not my guy. This is not. Give me, I don't know, Tony. How much confidence do you have when you look at that face?
I don't have any. And
he looks like he just pulled a bong rip. Actually, his eyes are kind of half shut right there. Maybe that's part of the problem.
Or maybe he needs to, or maybe he needs to go on a nice desert trip like Tony Soprano, and then yell to the high heavens, "I get it." It's Moody, man. I wish you the best of luck, man, but it's not going to happen here. And you're right, Paulie. He's probably going to come back and kick a game-winning field against.
He'll kick the freaking Carolina Panthers into a wild card position or something at the end of the year with the whole season on the line. He'll drill a 57-yarder. Watch, we're gonna go nuts. Low Steve, any guy related to John Joseph? Totally. John Joseph can kick right. Yeah, Greg Joseph, come on down. Tony's right. That seems to be the leading candidate. We'll keep you posted as the names trickle in. But again, the headline news for today is Kittle's on IR. Moody is out. Brock Purdy is a question mark for New Orleans, and Jennings too. They had an MRI on Juwan Jennings, and we'll keep you updated when we get the information on that for his shoulder. We don't know if he's going in New Orleans. We don't know. So how about that, dude? 3 of the highest paid dudes, or 2 of the highest paid dudes, and one of the guys who wants to be one of the highest paid dudes. All of them are hurt. Week 1, all of them. Purdy, Kittle, Jennings. Bam.
How about the narrative that that has been attached to Brock Purdy since he took his first snap, that he's a product of his environment? He's good because of the supporting cast. Dude, Purdy marched down the field and won that football game and threw a game-winning touchdown pass to Tonjes.
That's my guy, Tonjes, player of the week, by the way. Polymax player of the week yesterday. Tonjes, out of Cal.
And dude, without Ayuk, without Jennings, without Kittle, think about that. So he did that. So can we just give Brock Purdy some love, man? I don't have a problem with his performance on Sunday. I've heard some people do. I don't. I
wasn't thrilled with the 2 interceptions. Maybe the shoulder had something to do with it, as you pointed that out. I didn't like, though. You forced those balls in there. I didn't like that. But he also came back with the game on the line and won it for the Niners. So, I'm with you on this. And if that was Patrick Mahomes who did that, because how many times have you seen Mahomes play 3 crappy quarters and then he'll put a couple of plays together in the 4th quarter, and then it's like, oh my God, Mahomes did it again. It's magic out there. That's kind of what Brock Purdy did. He was good, not great for 3 quarters. With the game on the line, he got it done. So I'm with you, T. I got no problem with Brock Purdy's performance. It was a win. I'm getting the hell out of Seattle. I'm taking it.
And can we change ZZ Top's legs to, instead of she's got legs, to he's got legs? He knows how to use them, because, dude, Brock Purdy used his legs on Sunday, and I loved to see it, man. Use them more, Brock. If the first two targets aren't there, check it down, get out of there, and use those legs, man. Use them seriously, because what makes Lamar Jackson so dangerous? What made Steve Young so dangerous? What makes Josh Allen so dangerous is the fact that they are mobile quarterbacks and can use their legs and are a dual threat. Use that threat, Purdy. And also, by the way, Paulie, before we get to top three, I got to give Marcel Pantaleon some love on the chat before the show. I saw him say this, and it made me laugh out loud. Instead of bang, bang, Niner gang.
Yeah. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Yeah, yeah.
Instead of bang, bang, Niner gang, it's banged up Niner gang. Niner gang.
Banged up Niner gang. Dude, totally. Banged up Niner game. Yeah. Niner gang. Banged up Niner gang. Yeah, dude, can we get a drum beat? Let's get it going, dude. I'm ready to record. You know what I mean? That's great. I love. Whose idea was that? Centaur?
Marcel.
Okay, so Marcel, well done, brother. Banged up Niner gang. Niner gang. Niner gang.
Without further ado,
Tony's top three. Tony's top three. Tony's top three. Oh, feeding ducks. It's been so long since we fed the ducks. I'm a friend of the duck community, by the way. Mallards, whatever you got. I'm a fan. I really am. I'm a fan. I told you I had the duck phone growing up. Whack, whack. You answer that. You can pick up the duck. You start talking. Whack, whack, whack. So I support the duck community. Tony, what's up your sleeve today, kid? What?
You've said this on the show before. It makes me laugh. I've been indifferent about the duck community.
No, dude, support the ducks. The ducks are out there. They're getting great work done, flying south. They're doing it. I mean, and plus, as Jerry Garcia said once on the David Letterman show, famously, they had some kind of Jerry and Bobby were on Letterman years ago, and somehow the topic of ducks came up, and Dave Letterman says to Jerry, he goes, "So Jerry, what about eating ducks? Have you ever eaten duck? A lot of people are very fond of eating duck." And Jerry's like, "No, man, I can't eat ducks. They're too fuzzy and cute." That's what he said. So I got to roll with Jerry on this one. Yeah,
and their bodies are little boats. I love watching them in the water. Like, we saw a ton of ducks up in Oregon on the Deschutes River. And I'm like, look at those little things.
I told you. See, back them, dude. Don't be afraid. Back them. And here's the other thing. You see a duck just chilling, just going across the pond. Dude, underneath the flippers are going nuts, dude. They're kicking up some serious fury right under the surface of the water. Anyway, I support the whole movement, the whole duck movement. Yeah.
All right. And number one, as Tony's top three, sponsored today by the duck community. Number one, okay, Jake Moody's out. This is a good sign, we think, for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Does this mean, Paulie, in your mind, that Kyle Shanahan is finally going to prioritize special teams?
You know what, dude? It's a great question, because he has kind of been an afterthought. But, you know, he's going to have to. He's got no choice anymore. I mean, look at what happens. Games come down to special teams in a lot of cases. So I like the comedy element to the question, but yes, I think he has to. I think he has to start looking at special teams and realizing, hey, it's a big part of our game, because they've had special teams problems year after year after year, whether it's blown coverages, whether it's opposing teams returning, monster returns on kicks and punts. It has been kind of a weak spot during the Shanahan era. Like, all kidding aside, it hasn't been their strength, not even close. And special teams, if you really focus on it and you make it like an important emphasis of your game plan, it can turn momentum around. Like, you can make plays on special teams. So yes, I think it will. I'm hopeful anyway. How about you, T?
Considering the Niners have lost crucial games because of special teams, I think it's about time that they become a priority. And also, man, Sky Moore fumbling that his first, I think it was his first attempt on Sunday. And I was like, okay, that's not a good start, Sky Moore. We brought you in. By the way, Sky with 2 Ys. We brought you in. It's the same as the vodka, I believe. But the Niners brought him in for being a punt returner. And we can't have you muffin those punts, or the punt return. Paulie, number 2 on Tony's top 3. Am I deranged? Do you think that I have a problem that I'm hanging on to the pipe dream of Giants baseball with 3 games out of the wild card?
No, I don't think it's a pipe dream at all. I think you play it out, man. I mean, this is what I was saying earlier. The Giants have taken us on such a roller coaster of emotions this year. Like they seemed dead about a month ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago. They seemed dead in the water. Now they're kind of a dangerous team, and this is a huge series against Arizona. Great way to get started last night with the bats. Again, it's hard to believe this is San Francisco Giants hitting this many home runs, but there they are. And no, I think you play this thing out, man. I don't think you're crazy at all. I think the Giants actually do have a shot to get in late as a wild card team. It's all about September. They're competing. They are a game and a half ahead now of Arizona, I believe, in the standings, so they're in pretty good position. How many games out of the wild card are they? 3, 4, 3? Yeah. Why not, dude? Go get it. Go wrestle it down. As long as my guy Gilbert is out here banging his head in the dugout, getting choked up. By the way, I'm a Gilbert head. Hard not to be. Yeah. I feel like he's a guy that we could easily be hanging out with. You know what I mean?
Yes. And so Drew Gilbert is going to be a part of the show later. We're going to tease it. Drew Gilbert and the new phenomenon known as Zins. Those who have tried Zins, the Zin packets, we're going to get to them later, Paulie, because right now, he just entered the green room, and it's time that we bring him into the show. We can get to number 3 of Tony's top 3 later on in the program, but he's been in the green room for a few minutes, and I'd love to bring him onto the show so we could get his thoughts on the Niners situation, on the NFL Week 1 slate that just finished last night with the Bears and Vikings. So, Paulie, let's bring on Paul Tonelli, if you will.
Thank you very much. I got to compliment you guys on the accommodations of the green room here with the fireplace and the grand piano over here. Absolutely incredible facility you have here at the podcast.
No, thank you, Paul. No, we try to please, man. We try to keep the M&Ms fresh. The bubbling water is always available. Yeah. If you want Diet Cokes, we've got those too. So, no, yeah.
Too many green M&Ms. You got to get rid of the green M&Ms.
100%, dude. 100%. No green M&Ms in the green room, or else Tonelli trashes the place. Paul, great to see you, brother. Tony, go ahead. Go ahead.
I have to apologize to Paul right out of the gates because I ruined his introduction. Yeah. I didn't realize he's the founder of ActionTechSolutions.com. So
I don't even know what that is, but I like it. Action Tech. Yeah, there it is right there. I didn't know about Action Tech Solutions, but congratulations.
Yeah, just a little side gig I've been pursuing since retiring or being retired from radio.
Right.
You know, you got to keep your options open. So I had this opportunity, and Action Tech Solutions came to me, and I got some seed money, and we're looking good.
That's all. The rest is history. And we are taking business loans. If there's anybody out there who wants to invest, let us know. We're all in on this together on the ground floor. Yeah.
And I have to compliment you on the sponsors listed on the page there, and thanks to them with Carlos De Fuente and Flex Funding and Young Dental Group. Only at my age, I can't go to Young Dental Group. I only go to Old Dental Group.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. Let's get the rhythm back, man. I love it.
Paul, Paul, what time do you go see the dentist? If I dare you to say.
Well, generally, if you have a chance to pick your appointment time, I always think the best time to go see a dentist is generally 2:30.
Look at the both of you guys, man. We're getting into grandpa territory already. These are
if you want that joke to go over well, you have to say it with kind of an accent, Irish accent, like 2:30.
2:30. 2:30.
2:30. Yeah. I also want to say too, before we get into football too, Paul is the president of the Italian Heritage Parade going on in San Francisco on October 12th. And I got to say, even if I didn't know Paul, I would say that this is one of the greatest days that San Francisco has every year. It's one of the greatest parties San Francisco puts on.
Quick question, Tony, if I could, real quick. I just wanted, before I lose this thought, didn't you cut your hand open at the Italian Heritage Parade a couple years ago? Did. Like, and almost lost a finger or something like that? It was very dramatic. You want to recount that? Are we all in danger of cutting ourselves up if we attend the parade? Go ahead.
No, if you're an idiot like me and aren't paying attention to brand new super sharp scissors and don't, like, if you're not careful while cutting zip ties, you could cut off the tip.
You got sliced up, man. Yeah, that was not a minor injury.
I remember he walked into the studio one day and he had, like, his arm was in a sling and his hand was heavily bandaged. I'm like, bro, what happened to you this weekend? You're like, yeah, I was at the Italian Heritage Festival and I cut myself. I almost lost a finger. I'm like, Jesus, man.
He's the Ronnie Lott of parade
nice.
setups.
Nice. Nice. Hey, on that note, let's transition. On that note, let's transition right to some Niner ball. So Paul Tonelli, obviously a huge football fan, longtime Niner historian, and also currently the public address voice at Levi's Stadium. When you hear the third down, that's Tonell taking care of business.
Find work where you can get it.
No question. Good gig, too. How many years will this be now coming into this season?
I think this is my I think it's my 19th season.
That's
wow.
18th year, 19th season. Something
and
like
Paul, how many years at Candlestick? So that would be 4 years at Candlestick? No.
my first year, you can do the math. My first season was the season of 2007.
Okay. Gotcha.
And they stayed at Candlestick through 2013.
Correct. Yeah. There you go.
So
Nice.
is that Candlestick? That's 6 years, but 7 seasons, right? Because it includes that 7th season. So, and then every season at Levi's.
You know, it's funny, like when you talk to a guy like Paul Tonelli, who's seen a lot of, we've all seen a lot of Niner football in our lives, but we are like from different generations. So was there like, I have like my favorite Niner team of all time usually surprises people since you've seen games in the Stick era, the Levi's era. I for whatever reason, dude, I have a soft spot for the 1988 49ers. They won the Super Bowl with a 10-6 record. That was the year they were there was so much controversy with Steve Young and Joe, and Bill Walsh was kind of yo-yoing both of those guys in and out of the lineup. At one point they were 6-5, and then they just ran the table. They got hot. They beat the Bears in the NFC Championship. What would your favorite all-time Niner team be, Paul? When you look back and say,
Wow,
that was my squad.
That's a tough question because you go back to the old Kezar days, which I'm very fond of and have an emotional tie to, because that's when I was a kid. Selling programs the last 2 seasons they were at Kezar.
Nice.
As an 11 and 12-year-old kid. And then they finish up the years at Kezar with their NFC championship game against Dallas that they lost 17-10. And that was the final Niner game at Candlestick. So it was a great season to go, at Kezar. So it was a great season to go out of Kezar to win the NFC West and bring the national championship game to Kezar Stadium. The last professional game at Kezar was the NFC championship game. So some of those teams were great. I mean, they kind of get pushed to the background a little bit over the years as memories start to fade and that generation starts to pass away. But of the, I guess you could call the modern era, say, from the Bill Walsh years on, I love the 84 team.
Nice. Yeah.
I think they get overlooked.
They do.
One loss all season was just a lousy loss to the Steelers. I believe it was on Monday Night Football that year.
A phantom pass interference call. Phantom pass interference with the game on the line. I don't know where that came from. They should have been 16-0 that year. Just throwing it out.
Dominated the playoffs.
Yep.
Everybody comes into the Super Bowl at Stanford Stadium that year talking about Dan Marino and the Duper brothers or whatever Marcus whatever they were. The 2 receivers from Miami. Marcus Clayton and Marcus Duper.
Perfect. Yeah. Yep.
And the Niner defense just dominated. I mean, they shut down Miami. They were just and they were coming off that 83 season where they had that NFC Championship game against the Skins in Washington, D.C. at RFK. They come back from that 21-0 deficit and tie it up, and were controlling the game in the fourth quarter with those 2 phantom pass interference calls that kind of screwed everything up and gave Washington a chance to win that game. And Washington wins it 24-21. And you could tell that the Niners had that bitter taste in their mouth the entire 84 season.
They were pissed.
So, and I don't know why nobody ever mentions them in conjunction with all these great one-loss teams, right?
It's a great point. It's a great point because, it's funny, the very next year, here comes another one. I think the Chicago Bears and their very famous 85 Bears team, I think they were 15-1 too. And they get a lot more recognition today than the 84 Niners do, to your point. It's interesting. They're not really mentioned. There really is one of the greatest teams of all time in NFL history.
So I'd have to say the 70 team because of what they did to win the NFC West, the first kind of divisional championship team for the Niners, and then to make it to the NFC Championship game. And that set up those 3 years against Dallas. So I'd say a 70 team, and in my lifetime, 70 and the 84 team.
Nice.
Hey, Paulie, I got to say that I was with Paul for the 94 NFC Championship game that we've talked about. And Paul and I have talked about that's the loudest we've ever heard.
That first quarter was the loudest I've ever heard Candlestick. Giants, Niners, whatever. A Led Zeppelin concert, who knows?
Yeah.
But that was, I had a headache in the first quarter because of how loud that was with those first 3 turnovers by Dallas. That led to that Niner. I think they were at 17-0 before you could blink.
Yeah, 21-0. 21-0. It was 3 quick touchdowns. Yeah, 21-0. But anyway, back to the present day, Tonell, and thank you for joining us today. The big news of the morning already is, we saw the mishaps, special teams mishaps on Sunday. Niners aren't waiting around now. They basically waived Jake Moody. He's gone. It sounds like Greg Joseph will be coming in. Did that surprise you at all that they pulled the trigger that quickly on Moody, Paul?
No, I think that I thought that 59-yarder he made in the preseason was really going to set him free from the woes of last year. I thought he really needed that kick.
Yeah.
And I really thought that would turn things around for him. I believe in his leg. I think it's strong. And maybe it's one of those situations where now in 2 seasons, Niner fans will be going, oh, geez, we had Jake Moody when? Because this is maybe one of those times when an athlete can kind of turn it around, new environment, new scenery, fresh start, and just kind of get going again. But as far as his tenure with the Niners, I wasn't surprised. I'm sad to see him go because I do think he's got a strong leg. But, you got to perform, and he didn't. And I think if he misses another 1 or 2, it's just going to really start the domino effect, right?
I got to be honest real quick, Tony, and then I'll give it to you, is that what surprised me, Paul, is the fact that the Niners, obviously they wind up winning that game. And, he did convert on that one kick to tie the game at 10-10. So I figured, okay, they get out of Seattle with a win. Maybe Shanahan will give him one more week just to kind of assess this, because it wasn't a lot. Like, if they lost the game, I totally get it. You blow them out probably right away. There's been so much controversy. But the fact that they won the game and they still said, nope, we've seen enough, that kind of surprised me, because you're right, man. Tony and I were joking about this earlier. I can already see him like getting picked up by some team, and then he's hitting like massive kicks for them in December later this year for like Carolina or Jacksonville or somebody who might need a kicker later on. It wouldn't shock me if somebody takes a chance on Moody later on this season. So,
no, and like with Debo, you're going to get one of those years this year. I've been saying it during the offseason. You're going to get one of those years this year out of Debo. And we saw it Sunday with the Washington game. And while I agree and with the Niners and why they let him go, and I think he's got a lot of mileage on him, but I think he's going to be amped up and ready to prove something this season. You're going to see kind of flashes of old Debo, and then maybe kind of a trend back downward. But I would not be surprised if you're a Niner fan. Don't be saying, oh, the Niners never should have gotten rid of Debo. He's going to have, I think, kind of a very good season, proving himself, and then you might see him kind of slip down the charts a little bit.
Paul, I want to talk about the game on Sunday kind of in general, because first of all, Paulie, I don't know if you've ever watched a Niner game with Paul, but it's hilarious and educational and
painful. It's painful.
Well, I've watched games with Tony, and I don't know if Tonell can top you smashing your coffee table and throwing it in the fireplace after the 98 NFC Championship loss to Green Bay. So, I mean, I don't know how much more colorful it can get than that. Destroying your own coffee table and then burning it up. That's high level.
Well, no, it won't. In a different respect is that Paul has the remote in his hand the entire time.
Yeah.
He'll pause a play, rewind it, and then dissect a play. Yeah. And I'm like, give me more, because he sees things that I don't see, because Paul's coached high school football for over 20 years. And I just want to know, Paul, your takeaways from Sunday, good and bad. Was there anything that stood out as a positive from Sunday and a negative from Sunday?
Well, I know a lot of people have been talking about D. Winters and his performance at linebacker, but I think that's been coming for a couple of seasons, right? Now he's finally got a chance. They've separated themselves from Greenlaw, unfortunately, and his health things with his Achilles, but giving D. Winters a chance to perform with nobody looking over his shoulder. And that started last year when Greenlaw was still hurt. But even before Dre went down, and Winters got some spot play. I'd be up in the booth doing the PA thing, and I have 2 spotters. I have a defensive spotter and an offensive spotter, and then I kind of spot for myself too to get numbers and things like that. And my defense, both spotters are guys I used to coach with at St. Ignatius in San Francisco.
Nice.
John Regalia they're both former head coaches too.
Nice.
John Regalia and Steve Bluford, and they've become very good friends of mine over the past 30 years when we started coaching together. And So Blue, Steve, is the defensive spotter, and we have been talking the past couple of seasons about D Winters when we watched the game from the press box, and even when he was just getting spot play 2 seasons ago, like, wow, man, D Winters is just bringing it, and he's another linebacker of that same mold as Dre and Fred Warner, in that he's so active.
Yeah.
And he stops the run, but yet he's got the speed and the lateral movement to get out to the flat and cover routes too. So watching him, I think, is maybe won't make people forget Dre Greenlaw, but he is better than just a stand-in. I mean, he's right there talent-wise.
See,
so that was one of them. And I was surprised by Christian McCaffrey. I thought I was expecting him to maybe show a little bit of the effects of that calf, but I thought he had a really, really good game, both running the ball and catching the ball.
And what do you think about the O line and D line play? Because I don't know. I feel like they could have protected Brock better, and I also feel like the D line could have played a better game as well. But I'm not necessarily complaining about them. But what did you think overall about the game in the trenches?
I thought the protection was okay. Brock threw that second pick he threw.
Yeah.
He had to go up a little bit over the line.
Yeah.
And I think that affected his throw and affected his vision from seeing the defensive back in the vicinity. So while he didn't get really what you'd call pressured or sacked, the D line by getting their hands up kind of affected him. That's just to let you know they were getting their hands up.
I need that sometimes. I need visual cues. It helps. Yeah.
Put your hands in the air like you just don't care.
They got them up.
Later on in the show, Paul, you can go back to your piano and maybe play us a couple tunes on your piano.
No, I sent you a tune. Check your email.
Okay.
Look, it's we'll talk about that later.
Go ahead.
But one of the things about the offensive line you have to take into consideration, and it can always be better. Trent Williams had a couple of issues, I think, at left tackle.
He did. He did.
But you got to remember, and I still call Purdy a young quarterback, but he stands in the pocket almost unlike anybody else in the NFL. His pocket presence is just tremendous. And while he senses the pressure and everything around him, he still hangs in there. I mean, and I was always a Jimmy G fan. But after he got hurt, he would get happy feet and really kind of start bailing early. You never see Purdy do that. And when he does get pressured, he knows where his escape route is. So as a result, when that pressure starts to break down, he's in there so long that sometimes that reflects badly on the offensive line because you're like, oh, the pocket broke down. But Purdy was in there for 4 seconds or 5 seconds, right? So, they work together real well. But I think, seeing Williams have a couple of issues is the first time I've kind of seen that in a few years.
Yeah.
So, and the Niners offensive line is good. But it's not the best offensive line in the league. It's serviceable and they do a decent job. Defensively, I thought they didn't do anything spectacular, but I thought they played the game pretty well. I didn't watch the entire game. I saw most of the second half. So kind of basing it on a limited sample size.
Paul, you mentioned, sorry, T, you got something else?
Well, I just wanted to, real quick, Paul, would you rest Purdy this weekend in New Orleans? They
might have to. He might not. Yeah, he might.
I don't see the harm in it, especially now that you have Mac Jones, because if you believe the stories about the Trey Lance disaster and the rumblings, the rumblings about that third draft pick and how Shanahan, and I don't know anything. I'm just repeating what I hear.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have inside information at all. But you hear the rumblings that Shanahan actually wanted to go after Mac Jones with that pick.
Yes.
Because he knew Belichick was interested.
100%. Yeah, I remember that.
Now, I'm really curious to see, and this is one of the reasons why I don't see any harm in resting Purdy this weekend. I would love to see Mac Jones in real action and see what Shanahan has in store for him.
I love where your head's at. I feel the same way. And when you look at this New Orleans team, I mean, I got to be, with respect, I don't think they're that much of a threat. They got that Spencer Rattler kid. He's just getting his NFL career started, so it's all kind of still new to him. I think it's a winnable. I think it's a winnable game with Mac Jones. I want to go back though, Paul. You mentioned Christian McCaffrey, and I want to bounce something off you, man, because you I thought McCaffrey looked pretty good too, but I am a little bit worried about Shanahan's tendency to just overuse and overwork him. It's a long season. And you know what's interesting about Shanahan to me, Paul, is that you and I especially were always really high on Jordan Mason. And I'm watching Jordan Mason last night for the Minnesota Vikings, just galloping around, dude, just breaking off huge runs. And it's always seemed to be kind of a disposable position to Shanahan, with the exception of CMC. He obviously values McCaffrey, but think about the talented backs that have come and gone.
Oh my God.
Shanahan. Let me give you the list.
In the last 5 to 6 years.
Paul, these are all, I think, very good running backs in the NFL. We're talking Matt Breida, Raheem Mostert, Eli Mitchell, Jet McKinnon, Jordan Mason. That's five. That's five kind of upper tier running backs in the NFL. And they've all gone on to do good work for other teams. So I am a little bit worried, and I wish we would have held Jordan Mason. I really do. I think that could have been.
Let me ask you about that. I don't know what you guys have heard, but, when he first came up as a rookie, and again, talking to my two buddies, John Regalia and Steve Bluford in the booth, and we were amazed, even his rookie year, we're like, oh, it's Mason. Because not only did he have some speed and could hit the perimeter, but he knew how to run north and south. Totally. And I thought he was a great third down back right from the very start. And then he had a chance to prove himself the last couple of years, and I think he did. And so when they had this offseason, and you see Debo go, and Dre Greenlaw go, and Talanoa Hufanga go, and people are like, oh, my God, they're getting rid of people. And I thought there were reasons, serious reasons to kind of say goodbye to that kind of talent, because those guys had injury issues and things like that. The one I couldn't understand was getting rid of Mason.
Yeah,
I still don't understand it. I don't know. And my question to you is, what have you heard in that respect, or have you gotten any insight as to why he's not a Niner?
I just don't think I got to be totally honest with you. My hunch is that I just don't think Shanahan valued him enough. I think he figured like we can insert somebody else in there. They're bringing this Robinson guy, different style of runner. But still, I thought I agree with you on this 100%. I thought Mason was a real asset to the team. Third down back, like you said, very strong, very strong. And you also mentioned the north-south. That's all I saw last night. I mean, he was going north-south for Minnesota in the second half, and it was very impressive. So anyway, I kind of miss him, and I do worry a little bit, Tony. Sorry, I know you got something about Shanahan going to McCaffrey too much, too early in the season. It's a long 17 games, man. Got a long way to go.
Yeah, speaking of the too much, Paul, were you surprised at all that we didn't see Guerrero on Sunday? Because
I thought you'd see a little bit more. I really did. Yeah.
I wanted to see more, and nothing against Brian Robinson Jr. I just felt like I don't even know if Brian Robinson Jr. knows the full playbook yet, if he's fully embraced, the whole situation. And you have Guerrero there, who was going to be the backup to McCaffrey until they brought Robinson in. I would like to see more of Guerrero, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think at first, when he came up last year, I was thinking, who is this guy? Mm-hmm. And because I wasn't familiar with his background and not familiar with the name. And I thought he showed flashes of being kind of a regular guy. And he's certainly somebody that can kind of, I think you can kind of feel confident when he comes in to spell McCaffrey. And so, yes, I did think that maybe you would have seen a little bit more action.
Nice. Paul, were you surprised at all by Aaron Rodgers? 4 touchdowns, 22 of 30.
He looked great.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
A little surprised. Yeah. I mean, I didn't see any of the game, but a little surprised. I thought he'd do well, but, if 4 touchdowns and, but maybe it's one of those I'm going to show people kind of attitude games.
Mm-hmm. Paul, just a couple more things for you, Paul, and we'll let you go. Thanks for the time today, man. When I look at the kind of health of the Niners going into this New Orleans game, we just talked about Purdy, whether or not he can go with the shoulder and the toe injury he has. I want to get your thoughts on just like a bigger picture question, like this core group of guys under Shanahan. They've had so much success. They haven't gone all the way up the mountaintop, but they come close. A couple of Super Bowls, NFC championships, but guys like Kittle, very productive, but very, very physical. And maybe that is starting to rear itself a little bit because he's getting, into his career now. Do you have any sense like that the window of opportunity is closing on this group? Or do you think that there are still a lot of opportunities ahead? I mean, they've been so close, and you see Kittle week 1 with this hamstring could miss 5 weeks. It kind of concerns me, on the overall state of things.
Well, you look at, I think number one, bringing in Salah is good for the defense.
Yeah.
and shoring up the defense, even if you don't have, big names or superstars. I don't think that's how, that defense has operated. While you have the great linebacking core and you can go off and name guys, they've also brought up talent through the organization, through the draft that has been excellent. And so bringing Salah back in, I think is a great idea. I think he knows how to get guys to play aggressively, fast, and confidently instead of waiting for things to happen. I think you'll see, more pressure from the 49ers defense getting after guys. I think it kind of begins there, and that's why I think, you always got to give them a shot. Having Purdy healthy, I think, is one of the other keys. But having Mac Jones as a backup, I think, is really going to be interesting to see how that plays out and how he develops under Shanahan. So right there, I think, that kind of opens that window again. Kittle, he's kind of like in that Devo category where he's taking a lot of hard hits and difficult runs. And those, he gets up and he goes first down and he's ready to get back to the huddle. But he's taken some dings over the past 5 seasons, right? Those start to add up. So, but while, that might be a window that's closing a little bit, then you get Farrell now this year, another guy kind of come out of nowhere that maybe shows some. And then Tonjes had a catch or two on Sunday. He's been with the team a couple of years. So they've been good. Lynch has been good and Shanahan at kind of plugging some guys in that aren't household names, but developing those guys. So that's why I think the window will continue to be open with a healthy Purdy, a serviceable Mac Jones, and a good Niner defense.
Oh, I love the outlook, Paul. And I agree with you about the defense, especially. But I wanted to go back to your very long radio career.
Oh, God.
Look at this. Okay, a little detour. We're talking about.
We're going to talk because, dude, 34 years doing the Lamont and Tonelli show, or was it 35, Paul? I forget if it's
35, but who's counting?
Yeah. I apologize. 35 years, Lamont and Tonelli. Paulie, the reason I got into radio is because of Paul, because he used to call and say, hey, like, Will Clark's coming in the studio. I won't say who other people that were there were entertainment people from the entertainment industry
from all levels of the entertainment industry.
I understand. I do.
From the depths to the heights.
I'm familiar with
you.
I remember. Sometimes you got to put the newspaper on the window so no one can see in. I get it.
Let me do this right. From the depths.
Yeah.
Look at the heights.
But I swear I visited him at KSJL and be like, oh my God, this is his job. This is
getting paid for this. Yeah, right.
It's amazing. So, but Paul, you and the Lamont Tonelli show, 35 years, and you guys used to do. I mean, you want to talk about the radio heyday of incredible promotions. You guys did the thing called the Love Connection. You guys would do stuff with Sully. You guys would do all kinds of crazy stuff. Do you remember? And so, Paul, I wanted to ask you, was there like a promotion or an event that really sticks out as one of your favorite things that you guys? Oh, you guys used to do the drunk driving show every Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
It was the wild, wild west of doing stuff on the air.
Yes, and like, was there anything that like stands out as like one of the things that your favorite promotion or favorite event that you guys did?
I think it's hard to pick out a favorite. Lamont was so good at promoting things and getting those things done. And we collaborated and brainstormed on many, so many ideas. I've forgotten more than I remember. One of my regrets is I should have just taken 5 minutes every day and just written down a paragraph of things that happened on the air that day, even if it wasn't a promotional day or anything like that.
Right.
Just to spur your memory and say, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And it just would have taken 5 or maybe 10 minutes a day right after the show. Here's what we did today. This was hilarious. We did this. This was crazy or whatever. Because I regret not being able to remember everything. And, we gave away tickets once. We hid specially marked hockey pucks for a San Jose Sharks playoff game. And this is when we were at KSJO.
I like this.
We had a big parking lot that we could do anything right outside the studio doors.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we had a guy from a farm or a ranch in South San Jose come and drop a truckload of cow manure on the front lawn of the radio station. And we hid the specially marked pucks for Sharks playoff tickets. And people had to dive into the cow manure
to
pull out the pucks.
Yeah, that's
so We had a pumpkin drop where we had a crane in the parking lot. We were dropping people come by, bring your Halloween pumpkins, and we'll drop them and smash them. And people would bring by. Somebody brought by a casket. I mean, we started dropping everything from 150 feet in the air from this crane. That was good. And one that drove the engineers nuts. It wasn't necessarily a great promotion, but we had a big butt contest, and we wanted to find the KSJO listener with the biggest butt, but we didn't know how to measure.
Nice.
Because you couldn't just measure around, because then with their front end girth that would add to the butt size, and that would be unfair.
We're talking front end girth, man. Okay.
So
it's a factor.
Because we just wanted the size of the butt. We couldn't figure out how to measure butt size, solely butt size, and not get the overall size of the person. So we came up with this idea. You know how like they smooth over a long jump pit and they measure to the edge of the footprint?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so we thought, all right, let's have them sit in something and we'll measure the width of the butt.
You know what?
Of the imprint they made.
Not bad. Very creative. That's good. I like that. Yes, sit down.
We thought that was the fairest way to do it.
Yes.
And but we didn't know what to have them sit in. So we got this huge container that was about this deep. About maybe 8 inches deep, 6 to 8 inches. And it was a big square, almost like a sandbox. A small sandbox. Yeah. And we filled it with flour.
Oh, dude. Oh.
And we did this inside the studio.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the contestant would come up and sit in the flour and stand straight up so we could measure across, and then we smooth out the flour, next contestant. But every time they sat in the flour, I don't know if you get ever baked or anything, it just kind of goes poof.
Oh yeah.
And just a cloud of flour would come up. Well, after the promotion was over, it was at least 8 months, maybe a year. The engineers would find flour in all the equipment. Every time they would clean the equipment and lift the board, they'd be like, damn it, you guys.
Hey, we're trying to
put flour in this thing.
Yeah, we're trying to do an entertaining.
Later, there was flour everywhere.
You know what I mean? I'm going to rush to your defense on this one. Sometimes, you got it. We're trying to entertain the masses, man. We have to bring some flour in. You got to roll with it. You got to roll with it. Yeah.
There was the time at the Bone when we didn't think something through, and we had Sully. We wanted to put firecrackers in his pants.
Sure.
For 4th of July.
Sure.
And so we went to Chinatown and we got one of those long bricks of firecrackers of 500 firecrackers, whatever was in there. But you can't really fit him in his pants. So we had him wearing hip waders like fishermen do.
Nice. Yeah.
And that way, we could fit everything in. So we duct taped his ankles so the firecrackers wouldn't fall through the pants.
Oh, jeez.
And then, so we put this brick of 500 firecrackers.
This is going to be
inside the hip waders with the wick at the top or the fuse at the top. And and again, this was on the 11th floor, the 10th floor, whatever floor we were on at the old KMBR Bone Studios. Yeah. And we lit up, and all hell broke loose. Sully's screaming. Firecrackers are going off in his hip waders. 500 of them. We started crapping in our pants, going, "Oh crap! What have we done?"
Yeah.
And luckily, we had a couple of pitchers of water because we thought every
couple of pitchers.
We could just douse them. We'll extinguish it. Yeah, we just drench them.
We thought of everything, right?
Yeah.
2 pitchers will do.
Hit him with the pitcher, quick. Yeah, totally.
We pour the water in, put out the firecrackers. You put water on firecrackers. What's the result? Nothing but smoke.
Oh,
and the fire alarm started going off.
Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful.
They didn't get rid of the sulfur smell for about 3 days.
Hey, man, that's just a day in the life. Like you said, it was the Wild West back then, man. It really was.
I miss the show. I miss Lamont. We still stay in touch.
Yeah.
It's a friendship that blossomed over 35 years.
Yeah.
And it was a corporate Paulie Mac, those corporate decisions.
Oh, I sure do.
In the same boat,
Oh, yeah.
It had nothing to do with the team. It had everything to do with the corporate budget cutting.
Hey, couple things, Tony, real quick. Let's get the supers up because Paul's getting a lot of attention there. And then I want to ask him, before we let him go, I want to get one Italian Heritage Parade question out there. But show him the supers first because there's a lot of them.
So, Paul, we get these supers on the show from YouTube, and that people want to just get their comments read, and they want you to know Dom Peralta, who is also the art director of our show.
Nice.
Love for you to meet Dom sometime soon, Paul. But he says, Uncle Paul Tonelli, thank you for joining the PMP. Look forward to your TTT analysis. He goes, new stickers indeed. So that's from Dom Peralta. Dom,
Tata Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about how you still might see a TTT sticker on, and it's usually a truck.
And it's usually in the East Bay. If you go over to the East Bay, you'll see a whole bunch of them. Yeah, I'm telling you, you get out in the Concord area, you get a lot of triple T's out there. Yeah. Keep them coming. Show them the other ones. Yeah, that's
this is Phil Dawson, former Niner kicker.
Oh, I love the picture.
Me too.
Great. He says, great stuff, Tonelli. Looking forward to this weekly. People calling for you the Tonelli Tuesday. They're liking Tonelli Tuesday. And then Aaron Kask says, having Sully test crash a car repeatedly to see what speed would trigger the airbag, only to find out the car didn't have an airbag.
That's funny. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, we had like a 1980 Civic out in the back parking lot of KSJO, running into the sound wall of the freeway. And first it was a little tap, and then we finally got him up to about 10 miles per hour.
Do it again, Sully. A little faster. Yeah. Put a little more juice on it. Yeah, step on the gas.
Man.
What else? There's Gravy. What is Gravy asking?
My apologies. They keep popping up. Sorry. He says, ask Paul about Mr. Call.
That was a guy that we'd call on Dirty Friday every once in a while. Never caught on to the fact that it was a gag. And he would just go ballistic every time we call. He almost couldn't air. We had to beep everything. He was a classic. He became a fan favorite just by accident.
Well, I feel like all three of us, at least we can say that we were part of the last kind of golden era.
Without a doubt.
Because it's over now. I mean, the whole thing is shrinking, it's falling over and dying. But we were there when it was still good. And
stations aren't investing in what shows do, and they're not investing in programming. You got to be creative, like I know Lamont is, with doing what he's able to do now within the corporate restrictions. Put it that way.
Go.
And I'm not saying it's a do this, don't do that thing. It's a budget thing is what it comes down to. And back then we had carte blanche. They said, hey, just don't get fined. Do what you want. And we did.
Well, yeah, Creative Tony and I have always had a hard time with corporate restrictions. We always had a hard time with that. We wound up in a lot of post-show meetings to get the SNL too. All three of us kind of had a difficult time with the restraints of corporate restrictions.
Paulie, how about this? The day that I got let go, literally the meeting list on that day was Tolbert was at 10:30. I was at 11.
Oh, one at a time. It's a conveyor belt. Bring me Tonelli. Bring me Paulie Mack. Bring me Tony. Where's Tonelli? Get him in here. Yeah, it's like just wanting to get your head chopped off. Yeah, one after another. Yeah.
There's a line out the market manager's door down the hallway.
Yeah. You guys waiting? Yeah, I'm next.
Like a delicatessen, number 42. Who's 42?
Yeah. How come you guys are all walking out of there carrying a box? What's that about? By the way, Paul, before we say goodbye today, actually, Tony, you should take this. Give me some Italian heritage stuff. Go ahead, T.
I was saying earlier, it's literally, I think it's the greatest party San Francisco throws every year, and it's in North Beach, and the parade that goes through North Beach, and it ends at Washington Square Park, right in front of the San Francisco Italian Athletic Club on October 12th. Paul's the president of the Italian Heritage Parade
for this year.
And
it's kind of like Cumulus. It's a limited engagement.
Nice. Yeah, just for a short time. Yeah.
Great. By the way, we had a listener earlier say, Paul, that his name's Pinocchi. He says, wait a second, Tony got his finger cut off at an Italian festival.
True story. It's sling. Guy came to work in a sling a couple days later.
Yeah, they start with the pinky, and then that's the lesson. And if you don't listen, well, you never know what happens to the rest of the hand.
You know what I mean?
So it's Sunday, October 12th, like Tony says. It is, you said one of the best days, Tony. Our tagline is the best day of the year in the city, or the best day of the year in San Francisco. It's the second Sunday every year. If you're marking your calendar, don't look for the date. Look for the second Sunday in October. That's always when the Italian Heritage Parade is, the day before the official Monday Columbus Day holiday. And it is since this year is the 157th annual. 157th annual.
Respect.
So we are the longest, and we have to say this, continually running Italian Heritage Parade in the country. Even longer than New York's.
Nice.
I think they took a break during World War II or something like that. So this has been continuously running since the late 1860s. And we start at Fisherman's Wharf, which is great because it's the end of Fleet Week. It's the final day of Fleet Week. You have the Blue Angels up, you have the parade of boats, and you have the air show down at Fisherman's Wharf. Crowd down there is spectacular. And we start at Jefferson and Powell and go down Jefferson, come up Leavenworth to Columbus, and head down Columbus through North Beach and come down Stockton around Washington Square, like Tony said. We end at St. Peter and Paul's Cathedral.
Yep.
And the city's on fire.
Yes.
It is a party. It's a street party. It is, you know what it is? It's a neighborhood parade in a big city through the Italian district. Yeah. And the restaurants put tables on the street. There's people eating Italian food, drinking red wine. And if you're in the parade, like you're one of the people on the floats or whatever, people will come up and give you a glass of wine, things like that. It's the most communal parade, I think, in the city. And the city's got great parades, right? The St. Patrick's Day parade, the Pride parade, the Lunar New Year parade are all spectacular and garner national attention.
Don't forget about the Chinese New Year parade, too, with the dragons and everything through Chinatown. That's a badass parade,
But this one, I always like to say the spectators, they're like participants in the parade. Because they're part of it. They're part of the vibe that permeates the North Beach area. So come on out. We call it the best day of the year in San Francisco. First week, second week in October, always the best weather. And then the parade ends at about 2:30. And then a half hour later, the Blue Angels kick off flying over Fisherman's Wharf in North Beach. So it's a perfect cap to the to what is just an incredible day.
Yes, I couldn't agree more, Paul. So again, October 12th. If you're in the city, if you're in the Bay Area, you should really make your way to the city. It is a day like none other in San Francisco. It truly is. It's so much fun.
Looking forward to that. And Tonell, thanks so much for the time today, brother. We will happily have you back anytime. We look forward to talking more Niner football this season. And dude, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the parade. Enjoy the downtime. Enjoy those Friday lunches. Have a glass of wine and chill, brother. You've earned it. And just great to see you, man.
I know you guys do a lot of music on your show.
Yeah.
I don't know if Tony, you might not be able to get this on because I sent you a little something. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mink DeVille.
Yeah. Mink DeVille. Sure.
All right, so Willie DeVille was born in Connecticut, started playing in the 60s, and came up with a band. He was actually at the house band for, what was the club in New York, the punk club?
CBGB's. Yeah.
So in his young days, he was part of the house band that was at CBGB's.
Nice.
And then came to San Francisco. So in San Francisco in 74, Willie DeVille, I forget what his birth name was, Billy Borsay or something like that. He starts Mink DeVille, and they have a great first album called Cabretta.
Yeah.
And I've been a Mink DeVille fan since the mid 70s, going back to my high school days, not to age myself. It was punk based, but it wasn't really punk music.
I got you.
Kind of a blend of some punk, some rock, some kind of like Spanish Harlem kind of influence.
Nice. Yeah.
Cabretta's a great album, and he had albums after that that were also very good. But Cabretta, the debut was really, I think, their peak talent. But I ran across a version of Hey Joe.
So Paul, I found it. I mean, I just got it from you. We can give it a little spin if you want to. If you want to.
Give me a taste.
So let me set this up now. Yeah. Hey Joe, right? Hendrix.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Oh okay. Yeah.
Where are you going with it? Whatever. This could be not good or bad. I like it. I could imagine some people could hate it. Oh, is it the live version?
Yeah, this is I pulled the live version. You want to?
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh yeah, you want to use? Hold on, keep going. I'll find the studio. Keep going.
Because it is one of the most unique covers or interpretations of Hey Joe you may ever hear.
Okay.
Willie DeVille. It's not punkicized. I guess it's like kind of Spanishized.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. By the way, Tony, while you're digging that up, I just want to let you know, Tonell, you got another super message here. This one comes in from Humdinger87, aka Leah Phillips. If you remember the great Leah Phillips from Cumulus.
Absolutely.
She's checking and saying
hello.
hello.
What a sweetheart.
Yeah, she really is. She really is. And she's a regular on our show. She's in the audience all the time. She says, "We love you, Paul Tonelli. Welcome home." So that's from Leah to
Thank you, Leah. I appreciate that. Love you too. You were fantastic while you were at Cumulus and a ton of fun. And you made it real every day. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so Paul, I found something else, and this may be what you're looking for. I'm not positive, but this says it's the official music video.
Okay.
For
Hey Joe.
Yeah, Hey Joe by Willie DeVille. Whoops, shoot.
And it could be the most unusual version of Hey Joe you'll ever hear.
I'm psyched. I want to hear this. Come on, T, give it to me, buddy.
Here we go right now. So you guys see that?
Love technology.
Yeah.
Here we go. Boom.
All right, let's do this.
Hey Joe, where you going with that money in your hand?
Look at my butt. Wow.
Hey Joe, where you going with that money in your hand?
Dude, come on, man.
Well, I'm going to see my woman.
It's
You know, I
like
heard she done messed around with some other man.
he's kind of changing the words around too.
You know, I'm going downtown. I'm gonna buy me a blue steel 44.
Good. Look at my guy, dude. Look at the mustache, the whole thing. Hey, by the way, Tony, how about Tonelli giving us motivation? How about this week's music assignment? Favorite covers, favorite cover versions of songs. How about that?
Fine, done.
We can get back to that later in the week. But no, dude, Paul, I'll take this 10 times out of 10.
And then as you play it, then all of a sudden the Spanish horns start to kick in towards the middle of the song.
I can't wait to hear that. Give me the.
By the way, favorite cover before I go.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to have you play it or anything like that. But I think more recently it's Charles Bradley's cover of Changes that was done by Black Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Tony turned me on to that. When
the emotion and the feel that he brings to that song gives me goosebumps every time I listen to it.
I'm saying it's probably, you're right on the money, Paul. I didn't even know about that till Tony turned me on to it about a month ago. Yeah, that's really, really good. Great cover. Great vocals on that too.
Incredible version of that song. Let's see if we can get some horns here.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot my woman. I found her messing around with some other man.
This guy's not playing games. Oh, dude. Polishing
Hey
the bike.
Joe, I heard you shot your old lady down.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
Hey Joe, you know I heard that you shot your old lady down.
He's got the whole mariachi band.
Yes, I did. Cause I caught her messing around town.
There's my boy in the back.
All right.
How great is this?
I don't know where you found this dude, but this is making my day.
Oh, that's
No, leave it right there. Leave it right there. That's all I need. That's all. Let that face be the last face we see today. Oh my God, that was tremendous, Tonell, dude. Thank you.
Oh, that's incredible, Paul. Thank you so much, man. That was wow. See, I love talking music with Paul. And what was the other band? And before we let you go, what was the other band that you just sent me recently from 1969?
Keith Hartley.
Yeah, Keith
Hartley.
K-E.
Silly me, I ran across this and I'm like, you guys, we got to check these guys out sometime, only to find out that Keith Hartley performed at Woodstock and died in the early to mid 70s.
Hey, by the way, Paul, real quick, Shannon Kaler of the Stone Facts is checking in saying that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. I
have to agree. That was pretty badass, man. And the sombreros, dude, polishing bicycles. There's a lot going on.
And then we have one of our favorites on the show, Escobar the Third, says that rhythm is called guaguanco. Wawanco. That's really hard to read. Wawanco. I'm totally butchering the pronunciation, guys. But
Wawanco.
So let's get into the Wawanco. That was
I like it.
Oh, so
I got to think. Willie DeVille passed away. When did he pass away? He probably did that. I'm thinking 25 years ago.
So Paul, it's 1992. I just saw it came out.
I was right there.
Yeah, released in 92. And I was looking to see when he passed, but I can't.
He was only 58 when he died. You talk about a hard life. He led a hard life.
Yeah.
But he had it wasn't just drugs. It was more booze than anything. He just kind of
August 6th.
But he was into some heavy stuff too.
Yeah. Born August 25th. How about that, Paul? 1950 and died August 6th, 2009. Willie DeVille.
Yeah, he was 58 when he died.
Rest in peace. Let's remember his legend. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah. I just always thought he was a fantastic talent.
Hey, Tonell, thanks again, brother. Great seeing you,
Glad
man.
you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for having me, and we'll do it again. I look forward to it. That was a ton of fun.
Me too, Tonell. Be well, brother. We'll talk soon, man. Paul Tonelli, everybody. How about it? Give it up. Yeah, dude. That was good. Hey, Uncle Paul delivers the goods, man. Seriously, great guy to talk to, and a great dude. Here's what let me tell you what I miss, Tony. Every Monday when we were all working, and you got to understand, if you never went to the office that when we were all working in radio, 107.7 The Bone and KMBR are literally right next door to each other. You open up the KMBR studio, take 2 steps to the left, now you're in the KSAN studio.
Yeah.
So, I was just going to say, I miss talking football with Tonelli every Monday after Niner games. To be like, all right, Paul, go. What did you see? What did you like? What did you not like? We'd be in the kitchen just going on and on and on with Niner ball. So that was great. It was great to see him, man.
Well, and Paulie, on that note, just to paint the picture, it was one long horseshoe of a hallway, and it went KMBR studio, 107.7 The Bone studio, and then my studio. So it was all.
You're leaving one out too. Don't forget about KFOG. KFOG was right there too until they decided to put it out of its misery. Tony, the best thing to do with KFOG, the #1 billing FM station in the country, let's pull the plug on that. Yeah, let's just shut it all down. Grappone, no good. You know what I mean? Annalisa, horrible, one of the worst of all time. And then, of course, Peter Finch, Renee, they were just, mediocre talents at best. The best thing we can do is shut it down. By the way, I'm being sarcastic as I can be. All of those people were legends. But I'm just saying, don't leave out KFOG, because I was right there too.
Of course. And, so question, Paulie, first of all, yes. And at 10 a.m. or about 10:15 a.m., Paul, Paulie, Murph, Leah Phillips, Shannon Kaler, we would all have a great hang in my studio for, 15, 20 minutes every day. And I'm like, we should have rolled tape on those hangs.
Ooh, that would have been great listening. Oh my God.
Yeah, a lot of bleeping would have had to been done. A lot of editing would have had to have been done, but they were great hangs. I miss those hangouts dearly. But Paulie, as we near the end of the show.
Yeah. And we got to do a Dr. Matt Young spot too, before we wrap today too. I'm ready on that front, but go ahead, T.
We had number 3 of Tony's top 3 that we did not get to.
Look at you, even with the damaged brain cells. I never would have remembered that. See, this is thank God Creative Tony didn't do maybe quite as much damage as I've done to myself, but I totally forgot about the top 3. Although that's neck and neck, dude. We're neck and neck. I don't know who's lost more brain cells, you or me. Someday we'll get to the bottom of that. But great memory, dude. Way to bring it back to TT3. I totally forgot. Okay, what's number 3?
Well, I brought the Ducks back because great hang with Paul, my uncle Paul Tonelli, and hopefully he enjoyed it as much as we did. But Paulie, number 3, okay, because we talked about Shanahan and special teams as number 1.
By the way, Tony, this is like playing in the band, Uncle John's band playing in the band. We're kind of like Tony's top 3, Arrow, Tonelli, Arrow, Tony's top 3. It's like a reprise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, or as fish fans say, it's the real gin that went from bathtub gin into the real me and then back into bathtub.
We're just talking Grateful Dead. We're talking hippie for a second. Let Tony and I work this out. But go ahead, T. Yes, I'm with you.
So number 3, we talked about, number 2, we talked about the Giants being 3 games out of the wild card. And is it a pipe dream or do you see it possibly happening? Number 3 is based on this guy, Drew Gilbert, that the Giants got from the Mets, right, in the Tyler Rogers trade.
I like Drew Gilbert. I love this kid with the hair. He's always bouncing off the walls. I like him.
So Paulie and I in the pre-show meeting, we're talking. We're like, oh, man, did you see the latest chokehold? Did you see the latest dugout antics from Drew Gilbert?
It's a playful choking. You know what I mean? Let Chapman choke him out a little bit. And by the way, I'm starting to see stuff on social media now this morning, like stealing the line from the Dave Chappelle show. They're saying with a picture of Drew Gilbert, like looking crazy with his hair. And it says like cocaine is a hell of a drug. So already people are starting to say like this guy must be fueled by something other than just natural, supplements.
I'm going to share something real quick, and then I'm going to ask you a question after we share this, because if you haven't seen this from last night, this is part of the Giants' 5 home run. Look at that.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Yeah, look at him. Choke me, dude. Choke me, bro. Yeah.
Gotta watch the video, though. Watch the video. Here we go. Here's the whole video. I'll turn the volume down just because we don't need the volume. Look at this. Look at this.
No, I know. He's out of his mind. He's out of his mind, this kid. Yeah. Right. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
What's he doing, man? Look at
Yeah. You know what though? I love every second of this. Look at this kid. Yeah, leave it there. Leave it right there. That's all.
So Paulie was saying that there's been chatter on social media about extracurriculars that he might be involved in. And I said, nope. I definitely think it's this new fad called Zins.
You're not talking about Zinfandel like Patty from Napa up in wine country. You're talking about Zin. What is Zin again? What is it?
Zins are basically these little white packets that are just nicotine. And it's
they're
Zins.
like the skull pouches, right? Like the skull pouches, that kind of idea.
Correct. But there's no tobacco. It's just nicotine. And it's called ZYN, Zin. And I've seen them all over the peninsula.
How is that like legal, by the way? How can you be just selling unfiltered, straight up nicotine? Like, how is that even legal? I don't understand.
I have no idea, dude. But all I know is that I said to Paulie, I don't think it's extracurriculars. I think it's Zins. I think Drew's popping some Zins basically and getting, it's basically kind of like an upper in a little packet, Paulie, basically. So I wanted to, my question was going to be if you've ever tried a Zin, but I think by your reaction, I don't think you have.
No, I haven't, but I would try one just to see what happens. You know what I mean? Just to see, although my blood pressure would probably skyrocket. You know what I mean? Because if you're taking straight nicotine, your blood pressure is gonna go off the charts. Hold on, Escobar the third. Oh my God! Look at oh boy, throw him up there. Listen, hey, well, I mean, it depends on how far you want to take this. I could come over the top with a joke that would clear the room. It would just clear the freaking room. But I'm going to show some restraint. Because just for the respect of everybody involved. But Escobar, I feel you. I could add to that, but I'm going to try to be a good boy today because my mom might be watching, and I'll hold back because, boy, I got something right now that would just send everybody running for the hills. But I got you. Escobar, thank you. And yes, he did. A little playful choking. You know what I mean? By the way, that picture right there, the 2025 San Francisco Giants, there they are. That's it.
There, we'll let that video play one more time and just think about him doing Zins because I've popped one Zin in my life.
Okay. And then do you spit like tobacco? Do you have to spit juice out? Or
No, you don't have to spit. But I just saw Pine Needle had a very good comment. He says it's to prevent you from getting cancer from tobacco and help you quit smoking. And then he says, I have a can. And they come in the same size can as Skull or Copenhagen come in. Right.
Right. I've seen them. I've seen this things in the. I've never really known what that is though. But I got you. Okay.
Yeah, so here's one more time. This is just think of. I can't get enough.
Yeah.
Now watch right here.
Yeah. It's like he's listening to the Ramones or something. You know what I mean? It's like he's got the Ramones. Like, yeah. Look at this kid. Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? The Giants needed a spark, and this guy is bringing a spark. Right?
Yeah.
3 games out, Robbie Ray on the bump. The Mets are cold. Who knows what's going to happen? And the Giants have to play the Dodgers 7 more times. The Giants are 6.5 out of first place in the NL West. Who knows? I mean, pipe dream, yes, but who knows, man?
No, dude, I think it is a little bit of a pipe dream, but there's something to it, man. I mean, I see footage like this. I think anything's possible. A little playful choking, as Escobar III said. Some people incorporate choking into their private, I'm not going to get into it, but you know what goes on. We've all seen the footage. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow. God.
I know. You got to be careful. We got Cron 4 involved, man. Let's be good boys. Yeah.
In excess? I'm just going to say in excess.
Oh, boy.
Good music. In excess. Good music.
You still hanging around with In Excess?
And no, I'm not able.
Went right over your head on that one. Went right over your head.
Oh, no, Paulie, it did not.
Okay,
I know.
Good. I don't know if you're still hanging around. Okay, Tony, let's talk about Dr. Matt Young. For God's sakes, I don't want to go to hell before the end of the show. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get to heaven if I could. Shout out Bob Dylan. All right, listen, info@youngdentalsf.com. That is the email address to reach out and get a hold of the best dentist in San Francisco. Creative Tony will vouch for that point. Listen, Dr. Matt Young is a friend of mine, very handsome guy, but I can't get over how great he looks. You showed those pictures last week. He looks like $1 million. He's all tan, he's all rested, relaxed, and healthy, and he should be because he's got an amazing practice in downtown San Francisco, Union Square, 490 Post Street. Dr. Matt Young, DDS, taking care of all of your dental needs, all of them, the entire gamut. I don't care. What do you want? A cleaning? Done. You want whitening? Done. You need implant surgery? You've come to the right place. Dr. Matt Young is the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. Look at these guys. Look at these two guys, brothers from other mothers. By the way, Tony, can you lean over here in the mouth so I can see you? Where are you? No, the other way.
No, hi.
No, I can't see it. There you go. Hey, T. Hey, buddy. How's it going? I'm over here with the back molar. Anyway, comprehensive dental care, cleanings, fillings, implants, veneers, orthodontics, emergency care. Tony can vouch for the great team. They're all very professional and courteous. They take care of you. They value your time. And you're going to have a great experience when you go down and see Dr. Matt Young. The stress is non-existent, which is one of the great. There's the great work that he does, but then there's the fact that he does it in a totally stress-free environment. And don't feel uptight if you are with going to the dentist. I guarantee you he will make those concerns evaporate. Tony, I'm sure you can speak to that, buddy.
I can absolutely vouch for it. He puts you at ease. He wants to talk ball. He wants to talk Niners football. He wants to talk Giants baseball. He wants to talk youth sports. His son's a freshman at SI, playing freshman football right now. I'm on day 8 of my whitening program.
How's the metal straw? Can I get a clink? Get a little clink?
There you go.
Could you play the opening lick from Rush's YYZ real quick, if you don't mind? Nice, dude. Nice, dude. Way to come through, T. I didn't know if you're going to be able to roll with that. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Better to get
it again. Down. Better to get it again. Bam, bam. Better to get it again. Yeah, sorry. A little rush outbreak. Every now and again, it happens. Yeah.
I don't know what it is about Dr. Young's spots, but they always get derailed. Dr. Young, sorry.
I don't want that to happen. So speak to the great professionalism of Dr. Matt Young. I do. I want to make sure we service him properly. Come on.
I have another appointment on September 18th, and it's going to be a before and after whitening appointment and cleaning. And I can't wait to show the before and afters. If anybody's interested in doing whitening, you can do it at Dr. Young's office. He's also a freaking Jedi when it comes to implant surgery. And he did my crown 2 weeks ago, cracked tooth, beautiful crown on my tooth now. And it's all done in a relaxed environment where you are not loathing the thought of going to the dentist. So that's all I can say about Dr. Young. And I can say that he works his ass off with his staff, open till 7 p.m. on weekdays and open on Saturdays, not just for a couple hours on Saturday, open for 8 hours on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So the Young Dental Group, call them, 415-392-8611. If you're looking to change dentists or you're looking for a new dentist, give them a call. They'll welcome you in. They'll get you scheduled. They take most insurances, 415-392-8611, or email him, info@youngdentalsf.com.
Thank you, Dr. Matt Young. We love you, buddy. I'll see you soon, and I'm sure Tony will see you soon, too. Final thoughts for today, Tony. You mentioned September 18th, your next appointment. Let me give you a couple quick notes on September 18th, top of my head. 1, sad day, because that's when Jimi Hendrix left us. That was the day he passed away, 9/17/1970. Number 2, on a more positive note, I saw the Grateful Dead. And by the way, if you ever want to check my homework on this and make sure I'm telling the truth, you can go look up set lists online. But I'm telling you, this is my one Rain Man skill in life. I can pretty much go photographic memory like on every Dead show I ever saw. So let me give you this one, Tony. September 18th, 1990, Madison Square Garden. The only time I ever saw the Grateful Dead play the ballad To Lay Me Down. Ooh. If you know To Lay Me Down. And by the way, Rags, your brother Brian was with us at that show. Brian was there too. To Lay Me Down, Madison Square Garden, 9/18/90. That one's for you, Scarlet Fire. Okay, I want to thank Paul Tonelli for stopping by today. It was great to talk Niner football with him. We'll definitely do it again throughout the season. Real ace in our pocket there, having Paul on, because you'll see as we go deeper with him, he knows football inside and out. And like Tony says, he's been coaching so long that he sees stuff like most of us don't see. What were you going to say, T? I saw you had something there.
A couple of things. I was just going to say, get to the Italian Heritage Parade on October 12th if you can, because it really, truly is the best party the city of San Francisco throws every year. And dare I say, we get another Tonelli Tuesday on the books, like down the road, like in the near future.
As often as he's available. I'll take him every Tuesday if possible. Yes.
And while you're dishing out thanks, I want to dish out thanks, but I got to set up I have it set up. I want to dish out some thanks to Carlos de la Fuente. Stand by, Paulie.
Give us the los. 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 What loan would you like?
Here it comes.
Come on, all day, dude. All day with the horns. Totally.
Give us the los.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much I love that track. It's fantastic. And by the way, little reminder for you as we look ahead to tomorrow night's Night Flight. Always a fun show, man. Always a fun show, the Night Flight. Be prepared to unleash the hounds when it comes to the Tony One Glove songs. I want to hear them. I want to hear them. And remind me, I got my Brent Main sweatband right here, so I will wear this. The sweatbands he used to wear at Candlestick Park. The glove, the sweatband, it's all here. Everything's in place. Okay, Tony, so I want to thank Tonell, and I want to thank Carlos De La Fuente, as Tony just said. Give us the Los all day. 925-250-4894. Dr. Matt Young, we love you as well. 415-392-8611. Creative Tony, fun show today. Great talking to Tonell. I hope Brock Purdy's good to go, but if not, we'll talk more about Mac Jones tomorrow. Bye-bye, Jake Moody. Very eventful show today. A lot of big news. Creative Tony, let's let the Diamond Dave come on in and send everybody into their lunch hours.
I also love what Paul Tonelli said about Mac Jones and wanting to see some Mac Jones. Like, if there's a glass half full silver lining to Purdy not playing Sundays, we get to see a good, healthy dose of Mac Jones, which is not a bad option as your backup quarterback, man.
You know what's so funny? I talk about my brain damage a lot on the show, and it's all real. Every part of that is real. It's accurate. I've lost a lot of things along the way. It's just now occurring to me that we have two Macs in San Francisco. We got Mac Jones. You got Paulie Mac. There's two of us now. Hey, and shout out to Kaniki in Greece. I'm seeing two of you, man. I'm seeing two of you. That's when they're at Thunder Road and Kaniki gets hit in the head with the door. We'll talk about it. We've already been down that road. I'm seeing two of you, man.
And that's when he had the chain on his face as he fell down, and the I think it's a cross or something.
I think it might be like a St. Anthony medallion or something. And if you look carefully, it's on his eye. No, it's on his eyeball, dude. That's a great call, Tony. You're not see details like that are why I love Tony so much, dude. The St. Anthony's medallion on his eyeball. I'm seeing two of you, man. We'll do a deep dive on Greece, and hey, musical assignment is already out in the books. It's inspired by Tonelli. Favorite cover versions of songs. We'll do that on Friday. That'll be good, dude. We'll get a lot of great ones from all of you guys. All right, Tony. Hey, have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Night Flight. Go Giants. Keep the dream alive. Robbie Ray, tight pants. You're going to get those buttocks on high definition tonight, outlined with leaving nothing to the imagination. But Robbie Ray's had a great year. So give me a win tonight, Robbie Ray. And we'll see you tomorrow night on the Night Flight. Cheers, y'all.
And welcome Greg Joseph, maybe to the Niners by tomorrow. Who knows? But we'll see. So tomorrow, 8 p.m., y'all. Take care.